My plan is to first paint a fairly dark blue sky, and when it's dry, paint the veiled cirrus over it. Only then will I do the backlit cloud itself. Because you're looking into the light of the sun, the color of the sky becomes less saturated. That's why I mainly use Prussian blue in the dark part. Slowly I'm adding more King's blue, and finally a little Scheveningen blue light. By adding brilliant yellow and titanium white to the mix, I do the greenish color just above the horizon. I mix the color of the sea by adding a little olive green to the blue of the sky. It doesn't look very promising yet, now does it? The beginning of a painting is often the most difficult stage, because the distance between the image in your head and the current state of affairs is still quite large. We'll just have to keep muddling on. The first coat of paint is now protecting the paper, so I can use tape again. I cover the entire surface of the sky with a mixture of transparent white and Scheveningen blue light. By itself, it is barely opaque and therefore very suited for painting glazes, especially in those cases where you want to soften the contrast in an underlying layer. With my rag I remove parts of the new layer to define the shape of the cirrus clouds. This kind of cloud has very soft edges, hence the stipple brush again. With a mix of titanium white, brilliant yellow and violet grey, I do the outline of the clouds. For a detailed explanation how to transfer your reference photo onto your board, please check my Painting Clouds for Beginners video. With the same mixture I used to do the edges, I now fill in the surface of the cloud. As usual, this is a mid-tone, which can later serve as a starting point for the highlights as well as for the shadows. Adding brilliant yellow and titanium white to the mix gives me exactly the color I'm looking for the fading band of clouds directly above the horizon. So far, so good. This is a color shaper, basically a brush with a rubber tip. Color shapers are often used to draw in still wet paint, revealing the underlying layer. I sometimes use it together with a fan brush to paint grasses, as in this dune landscape. But mostly I use it to paint sparkles on the ocean. To create nice round dots, you have to use a fair amount of medium though. They don't hold much paint, so you have to keep dipping. With a mix of brilliant yellow and a lot of titanium white, I try to brighten it even more. Painting silver linings is a rewarding task. This is when the clouds really come to life. In reality, silver linings are not real lines. They are areas of color that blend into the environment. That's why I use quite a lot of medium to make it easy to spread the paint with my thumb and create a smooth transition into the shadows. With a mixture of brilliant yellow, titanium white and a little bit of vermilion red, I'm doing the highlights in the silver linings, but only in the top half of the cloud, because I want the bottom half to fade into the distance. Okay, this will do for a sketch.